Welcome to the online training session on the topic of waste management. This is the sixth topic within Principle 3, Natural Resource Conservation of the Sustainable Agriculture Standard. In this session, you will learn why good management leads to better health for everyone on the farm and how to properly manage different types of waste on the farm. What types of waste do you generate on your farm? You probably have crop residue such as stalks, coffee pulp, dropped fruits, and cocoa pods. If you have houses on a farm, there will also be organic waste from the kitchen. There are plastic waste, papers, and metal waste. If you use agrochemicals, you'd have empty chemical containers. If you apply fertilizers, you'd have empty fertilizer bags. How are you currently managing all these different types of waste? Are they burned? When wastes are burned in open air, they emit toxic fumes that negatively affect our health. One of the highly toxic substances that are produced by burning waste is dioxin. Dioxin causes reproductive and developmental problems, damages the immune system, interferes with hormones, and also causes cancer. By burning waste, you are creating causes of various sicknesses on the farm. Are they left on the farm? If you leave waste on the farm, it will attract flies and other insects that carry diseases. Flies can transmit at least 65 diseases to humans, including typhoid, cholera, polio, and tuberculosis. Flies feed on your waste and multiply very quickly. They regurgitate and excrete wherever they come to rest on, thereby transmitting diseases. By leaving waste on the farm, you are creating more and more causes for diseases. If you are leaving empty chemical containers on the farm, the chemical residue on the containers will contaminate the environment. Some people may pick them up, use them for other purposes, and get sick because of the chemical residue. Are they collecting water? If you are leaving waste on the farm, the plastics, metals, and containers may contain water. Your waste deposit holes or waste bins may be collecting rainwater inside. Such stagnating water becomes a breeding place for mosquitoes. Mosquitoes carry many diseases such as malaria, dengue, yellow fever, and Zika. Because of bad waste management, people on your farm are more likely to get these terrible diseases, many of which can even lead to death. Are they thrown into water bodies? If your waste is thrown into water bodies, such as rivers and lakes, they will contaminate the water and affect the animals living in the water, such as fish. Animals eat pieces of plastics and metals, thinking that they are food. There are countless birds dying each year because of having eaten plastics and metals that were thrown into the environment. In these pictures, you see what was inside the dead bird's stomach. Your waste should not create any of these sad stories. Then what should we do with our waste? The first step is to collect them and keep them separately based on the types of waste. In these first pictures, you see examples of waste bins for factories or big farms. The waste bins need to be big enough for the volume of waste generated. In these pictures, you see examples of small holders. Waste bins can be simple, color-coded sacks or boxes. The segregation categories are based on the available waste disposal options, so you can decide on the categories that suit your situation. After collecting each type of waste, let us see what to do with each one of them. First, organic waste can be composted. By composting crop residue and organic waste from the kitchen, you can obtain rich organic fertilizers for your farm. This helps you get rid of waste and helps you reduce the cost of chemical fertilizers. This smallholder woman in Sri Lanka is proudly composting all the kitchen waste and leaf litters. If there is a recycling system in your area, plastics, metals, glasses, and papers can be sent for recycling. Let us see this inspiring example from a smallholder coffee group in Sumatra, Indonesia. This group collects the waste from the members and sells it to the recycling company and created a great system of a bank for waste. When a group member brings waste to the group's waste storage, the waste is first segregated by type. After segregation, each type of waste is weighed. Based on the weight and the price that the recycling company pays, the total price of the waste is calculated. Then, the price is noted on the member's bank book for waste. The members can accumulate the credits, and when there is a sufficient balance, they can withdraw cash. This system of a bank works as a great incentive for the members to collect waste and bring it to the group. Some waste can be reused and be transformed into new items. Women of the same group in Indonesia that was mentioned earlier create all sorts of beautiful house decorations out of waste. All these beautiful decorations you see are made of plastic and metal waste. In these pictures, you see how waste have been transformed into waste bins. These are examples of insect traps for coffee berry borer that are made of empty plastic bottles. Empty chemical containers need special handling. They should not be mixed with other plastic waste and should never be reused for other purposes. Once a chemical bottle is empty, it should be washed 3 times. Then, the empty container should be kept in a chemical storage area. In the case of this smallholder group in Indonesia, the group collects the empty containers. The members can deposit empty containers in this container storage area of the group. When you have a sufficient volume of empty containers, they should be taken back by the supplier. If your current supplier is not willing to accept its empty containers, then you or your group administrator should keep on negotiating or try to find a supplier who accepts empty containers. Criterion A 3.42 says that the priority should be given to the suppliers that accept the empty containers back. When there isn't any waste collection system available in your area, use of an incinerator is an option. If you opt to build an incinerator, you need to obtain a technical design of an incinerator that achieves high enough temperatures and does not create toxic fumes. You need to put an incinerator in a location that is far enough from houses and people. If any legal permit is required, you need to obtain one. If you have given your waste to a waste collection company, you can't just sit back and relax. You should check what the company is doing with your waste. Are they not dumping waste into the environment? They may be dumping it into a river. Are they not burning it in the open air? Are they not reusing empty chemical containers for other purposes? You need to check the service providers to ensure that their activities are not contaminating the environment or affecting the health of the people living in the area. All these waste management activities that are discussed so far should be written into a plan. A waste management plan should state what you are planning to do with each type of waste, be it composting, recycling, reuse, or returning it to the supplier. Let us do a few quizzes to confirm your understanding on the topic. A farmer is reusing waste in various ways. Empty bottles are made into insect traps. Fertilizer bags are made into garbage bins. Empty containers are used to fetch water. Does the farm comply with the criteria on waste management? The answer is no. Reuse of waste is encouraged, but not for empty chemical containers. Empty containers have chemical residue that can affect people's health and should not be reused for fetching water or for storing food. Another quiz. A farmer segregates the waste on the farm into organic waste and inorganic waste and keeps them in 2 different holes. Does the farm comply with the criteria on waste management? The answer is no. It is good that the farmer is segregating waste, but if you have a close look at the picture on your right, you can see that rainwater has entered the hole. This stagnating water is going to be a breeding place for mosquitoes. You need to be careful and ensure that the waste bins or deposit holes do not collect rainwater. Let us end this session with an inspiring example from Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, various estates have implemented their waste management plan. Some estates even organize waste collection campaigns to maintain their farms and surrounding environments and keep them clean and free of waste. As a result of their efforts, many estates have realized that the incidence of workers' illness have reduced significantly. Due to reduced mosquitoes, flies, and toxic substances on the farm, the workers' health has improved. For example, in Alupala estate, the cases of dengue went down to 0 in the past 2 years. Let us practice good waste management and achieve better health for everyone on the farm.